Hi guys, my name is Erin Mann and I'm a team leader with Usborne Books More. I've been with Usborne for about 3.5 to 4 months and I absolutely love it. I had a love of children's books before I started, and Usborne has only made that love just grow. They've been around for over 30 years and have numerous awards on many of their titles, and I just cannot say enough about this company. Great books, great ladies, great company. It's awesome. Tonight is called a 5, 10, 15 party. There's 5 of you who are going to watch a 15-minute video showcasing 10 books. Hopefully these books for me are considered hidden gems. They're books that may not get a lot of playtime. They're not necessarily our most common books, but they're really fun and books that are often overlooked or overshadowed because we have so many really good books and so many bestsellers. We don't always get the opportunity to talk about them. So this short video hopefully will allow me to highlight some books that you may not have heard about before. I'm going to start with the younger ages and kind of work my way up, but again, a lot of these books kind of cross paths and are multiple ages. To start, we're going to start with a board book called How to Brush Your Teeth with Snappy Croc. This is a part of a 4-book series that's brand new and just came out in our fall catalog. There's also How to Feed Your Little Dinosaur, How to Tuck in Your Sleepy Lion, and How to Feed Your Cheeky Monkey. I particularly like the Croc one because we're currently working on brushing teeth with my youngest. It's a sturdy board book. You can buy all 4 in a set for $35.99, or you can buy them individually for $8.99. It's large, the pictures are colorful, the words are very rhymey, very sing-songy, and it's just a great way to kind of walk your youngest one through some of the daily tasks that you might be teaching them how to do at this point in time. Or it's also great for some of those special needs kids who are a little behind, who don't necessarily understand some of the steps, but it puts it in a simple format that can help them along. One of my all-time favorite books in our entire catalog, surprisingly, is one of our older books that's a part of the Farmyard Tales, is our Animal Hide and Seek. This is not only a touchy-feely book that offers a lot of texture, but it also offers a lift the flap. So many kids love the texture, they love the lift the flap, and it's just a great book that offers a lot for kids. So for $15.99, you get a super sturdy, super large, touchy-feely, and lift the flap book. A great thing about this book is that not only is it lift the flap, but it deals with counting. So it says that there's 2 pigs that are out in the pen, but where is the third? Here he is, he's hiding. So the great idea of counting through, playing hide and go seek, and just finding the different animals and the different textures throughout. And then at the very end, of course, we have our favorite Farmyard Tale friends, Sam and Poppy, that you also have to find. So lift the flaps, you get textures, you get counting, you get Farmyard. It's just a great book, and for $15.99, you really can't beat it. It does not stay in stock very long, so when it is in stock, I encourage customers who can gift this book or buy this book for their young ones to get it, because it's probably not going to be around for very long. For whatever reason, it's never talked about, but it's one of our biggest sellers, so go check it out. As we move up into our beginner readers, we have a huge collection of phonics books that are great for teaching your beginner readers how to read. The alliteration in a lot of these phonic books, as well as the variety of stories, keeps those hesitant readers or those readers that really can't get into it. It gives them that variety and deals with a lot of really fun animals. This particular volume is $19.99, and it has 12 of our basic phonic readers involved in it. It's called a combined volume. The one thing that's special about this particular combined volume that makes it more expensive is that it comes with a CD. This CD will read every single one of these stories to your child. So they not only get the visual learning of actually seeing the words on the page, but they also get an audio voice that's not you, that's not mom and dad. So they can sit down and they can read this book by themselves. You can get a break, you can take a rest, you can go get something else done. As well as a CD, every single one of the stories in here has a fold-out page that rewards your child at the very end of the story. And again, that fine motor skill helps with that memory recollection and helps them remember what they're reading and engages them. Another one of our new titles is What Will Danny Do Today? For $11.99, it's a hardback book, but not only is it hardback, but it has the super durable pages. It's great for decision making and critical thinking, as well as a search and find. It starts out with, what will Danny wear today? Will he wear something spotty, stripy, or plain clothes? So then your child has the opportunity to go and find the spotty clothes, the stripy clothes, or the plain clothes. And that opens up a conversation with you about your child of maybe what to wear in the morning and the decisions that they have to make, and works on those decision-making skills. It works through of how he goes to school, what he eats for breakfast, who will teach him today, so who will his teacher be, what will he learn, what will he do on the playground, all sorts of just basic things that your kids have to do on a daily basis. It walks them through those decision-making processes and helps them kind of learn to make those decisions on their own without having mom and dad around. Great book, great quality, $11.99. I highly recommend it for all ages. And again, it's another one of those great books for special needs kids working in those particular areas. Another one of our books, again, that I have no idea why nobody talks about more, or that I don't hear more about, is our Who's Next, Guess Who? This book is a hardback book for $9.99. And the illustrations in this are just so silly and so much fun, and the critical thinking involved in this book is amazing. Every single page talks about who's on the page, what they're doing, who their friends are, and then it gives you a clue as to who's next. It might give you some an explanation of who's there, or it might just say, guess who's next. But not only that, it asks you who's left. So your child then has to go through the critical thinking skills of who was on the last page and who's not on this page, and just that critical thinking that goes involved in that of guessing who's next and who's left and things like that. It's just great, again, for that memory recall, decision making, thinking, and learning without realizing that they're learning. It's such a fun book. The pictures are just absolutely marvelous. I love the color, I love the idea, and my children love to sit down and play this game together. And they've gotten to the point where now they know the game and they know the book, so they like to play it together, and they don't even realize that they're still learning and continuing to learn while reading to one another. The next one in the series is one of our brand new titles. It's called Who Wants to Play? And it's along the same lines of that critical thinking with the same illustrator. So make sure you check out Who's Next or Who Wants to Play for $9.99. As we move into our older kids, I must highlight our illustrated collection. Usborne does a really, really good job of finding illustrators and writers who can write super, super engaging stories that, again, just help the child learn without realizing that they're learning. One of the great things about all of our illustrated books is that the illustrations are just so beautiful and just so full of art. And, illustrated books can be read-alouds. They can be something where your child sits with you and just enjoys the few illustrations that are in it. It's just great. The funny thing is, this is not my copy. I was so excited to share this book with you guys that I had to borrow it from a friend because my copy hasn't come in yet. But the young girl that I borrowed it from made sure that I knew to keep that cloth bookmark in to not lose her place, because she loves her Arabian Night book. This is a book that mom reads to her every single day. They read a new story and she loves it. We have Greek myths, we have The Wizard of Oz, Hans Andersen fairy tales, Grimm fairy tales, prince and princesses, classic fairy tales that includes Count of Monte Cristo, and we even have illustrated William Shakespeare. They are amazing books, and for $19.99, you get that hardback cloth bookmark. And you know what? They make great gifts. Many of them have multiple stories in them. We have a bedtime story version. We have a Bible story version. They're just amazing, and we have so many to choose from. There's definitely an illustrated book for everybody, young kids and older kids. So make sure you check out the illustrated series. A great spin that Usborne has done is on Where's Waldo, except for us, it's Where's Will. And Will, we mean William Shakespeare. Usborne, again, just likes to take learning to a new level and make it fun. So a great thing about this book is that you're looking for William Shakespeare and all of William Shakespeare's plays. As you open the book, it gives you a little about what this book is about. It talks about each of the plays that are going to be highlighted in this book. And then as you go through, it talks and gives a synopsis of each of William Shakespeare's plays. What a fun way to get your kids interested in William Shakespeare and learning just some of the basics of his plays, as well as playing Where's Othello or Where's Hamlet, and every single one, it's looking for Where's William Shakespeare. It's so fun. My kids have no idea who William Shakespeare is, but they love search and find books. They love finding the characters that are in the plays that we will eventually cover in our homeschool. But for right now, it's nothing more than a search and find book. So this book goes through all ages and will last your child from my 3-year-old all the way up through high school. And it's just a fun addition to add on to any of the homeschool that you have, or any of the plays that your kids are learning in middle school and high school. It's a fabulous book for $14.99. The next one, I can't go through and do this without highlighting at least one of our encyclopedias. Now, it's not one of our large encyclopedias that has multiple subjects of a particular topic, but this one in general is very specific. This is our Living World Encyclopedia. It is a paperback book for $14.99. I do believe you can get it in a library binding for probably $19.99 or $21.99. I'm not 100%, but this is the paperback version. And again, it is super colorful. It has so much information. My young children love to go through and look at the realistic pictures, and we can read little facts here and there that might relate to our homeschool at the time, but it gives us a reference book that teaches them that you can find answers in a book. Not everything is online. Great book, $14.99, and we have more than one of these small encyclopedia books, so make sure you check those out. This is one of our new titles, and I just have to tell you that I completely and totally geeked out with this when I found out that this was coming out. I am a huge proponent of the arts. I love theater, I love art, I love classical music, and just music in general. So this Usborne Classical Music book is fabulous. I currently have the hardback version. It's $9.99, and as you go through, it just details music and history, and it walks you through so many things with so many great facts and information and pictures. It's just an amazing reference book. It works just like an encyclopedia with the realism of the pictures and the information, and it's literally like a classical music history book, and I love it. So for $9.99, you really can't beat this, especially if you have a music lover in your home, no matter what kind of music or how old. Again, my children love to look at this and ask me questions about the little pictures and things. And it's a great introduction for the younger kids. The 10th item is actually not a book. It's one of our card packs. But again, as a proponent of the fine arts, it's not one that gets highlighted very often, but I think is really important. This is our famous paintings pack. So for $9.99, you get 30 paintings. And the cool thing is they're all color-coded as to the type of painting or like the genre or the area, so that you can kind of divide them out. And they are as realistic as the painting itself, not necessarily in the size, but as you can see, they are super, super sturdy paper, super thick. So on one side, you have the painting, and on the back side, you have information about the painting itself, the painter, the style, the time period, and just maybe a little bit of history behind that particular piece. It has modern art, it has classic art, it has different forms, you name it, Picasso, it's in there. They are absolutely fabulous. It's got some of the most famous ones that obviously are super well known by a lot of different people, but again, it just gives you those fun facts on the back. I hope you guys have learned something new about Usborne, maybe seen some stuff that you've never seen before. Make sure you make your orders for a minimum of $25, and you'll get entered in to win those Hostess rewards that are a minimum of $25 in free books. You just have to pay tax and shipping. I hope you guys have had fun, and thanks so much for coming out as we whipped through 10 books in 15 minutes. Have a good night, guys. Bye.